and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I've never done before on my channel, and it is an eyebrow tutorial. I feel like I finally mastered my brows. Some people might think they're too overdone. I like them. Some people might think they're underdone. Eyebrows get so many feelings from different types of people, but if you like the way I do my eyebrows and want to know how I do it, then this is the video for you. I give you tons of tips about how to do your own eyebrows at home, whether you want super dramatic, more natural, what have you. I kind of take you through the shape of your eyebrows. So if you want to see how to get these perfect eyebrows, then just keep watching this video and I'm going to take you through the entire thing. Hello, so here we are. I have my base done and we are going to be focusing on the eyebrows. So I currently have nothing in my eyebrows. I am a natural redhead, but my eyebrows are a little bit more brown, as you can see in the coloring. They're more of a warm, light brown, which makes it a bit easier because I know as like a redhead, it's like very, very hard to find eyebrow colors that match. But even for me, like this is still not a brown. Anything that says light brown doesn't usually work. It's definitely too dark, so I still have to be very careful. This one is fuller than this one. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm left with after a lot of overwaxing when I was younger. But now I'm going to show you how to get that kind of full, just like perfectly sculpted eyebrow. So for me is I like them full. They already are pretty full. I don't like them completely like full Instagram brow. Even when I'm doing other people's makeup, I really just follow the natural shape. If you have very sparse eyebrows, that's obviously a very different story. But today we will be working with, for people who have like a little bit going on. And yeah, when I do makeup, I really just follow the natural shape and just like fill in the sparse areas and so they look natural but defined. So one thing I love, this is the Brow Gal eyebrow pencil. So it has a spoolie on one end as I throw it, and a really nice thin angled brush on the other. This is the favorite I've found. Now I do like the Anastasia brow definer because it's so quick, it's easy, it's waxy. It's just really easy to fill in your brows in a very natural way, but for the sake of this video, I want to make them a little more perfected. So I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Dipbrow. This is the shade Caramel, which is perfect for me. So if you are a redhead, but more like auburn, I would say, definitely if you're a redhead, they have, good for redheads. They do have auburn, but that one's pretty dark. They have like a soft, like a taupey color might be good if you're like really light blonde, strawberry blonde, but this is the color I use. I'm almost done this one. So what I do first is comb through them. I need to hold a mirror. I just comb them up and kind of up and over into place like that. So I can kind of see where the sparsities are, where they need to be filled in, etc., etc. Mine are long. I do need to trim them. But, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now, if you want to get very technical, the start of your brow should line up with the beginning of your nose. So I do need to fill in more. I just don't like that, I feel, for me, because it's already too separated. It looks too much. But if you're trying to be technical, you can go like this, and this is where the start of your brow should be. I just don't bring it in that much because then it doesn't look natural on me. And then the tail should go from your nose to the tip of your eye. That's where your tail should end. So I do bring my tail down a little bit more to meet that. And then also your arch should go through your nose and through your eyelids. So I'm pretty good in that. It should go through the center of your eye up into your arch from your nose. So I'm pretty good with that. So that's just a little technical thing if you want. So what I do with this is I take a little bit onto my brush. But then on the inside, I just kind of like pat it off because you really want to work with like nothing. So in the center of that jar, you can also do it on the lid, which I've also done before, as you can see. But you just get the product on this brush and then just kind of push it around so it's in the brush, but you're not getting a lot of product. This lasts so long because you hardly use anything. Okay, this is my most difficult brow, so let's start with this one. So how I always start is at the bottom underneath here. So working with the brush angled this way, so not like up or whatever, but like, as you can see, angled away. Yep. I'm taking tiny little strokes and just filling in the bottom line. Now, I'm really just following like where my hairs are, and then you always want to brush it through so that you don't get any harsh lines. So this one has a really nice underline, but this one doesn't. This one's a bit patchy. So I just kind of follow where I think it should be, and then this needs a little bit of connecting to make it a nice straight line. So I just kind of do that, and then with no new product, I fluff it up. So I push my brush onto my face and then fluff up. So this just fills in that inner part like so. And then again, make sure you brush through. Okay, I need a little bit more product. Take the tiniest little amount. I can't stress that enough. Again, still working with this line we've been making. So I'm taking it under here, and I'm not making them bigger. I'm just defining that line. And then when we get to here, I am pulling out that wing a little bit. Not that wing, the tail. So all I've done is just made sure it is a smooth, kind of straight line all the way from the bottom. Okay, we haven't done anything else yet. And then just brush that through. Now, onto the top part, which can be more difficult to make look natural. Getting some more product. I don't start right here because I find if you do that, it looks way too unnatural. So I kind of start more here in my brow, and I just start doing little tiny strokes towards the back of my brow. And I'm just starting to fill in the sparse areas. So I have a pretty big gap. So I'm just filling in like so, any sparse areas first. Then again, brush through them. And as I'm brushing, I'm really just brushing the hairs up and into that product. Okay, we're looking pretty good so far. A little bit more product. I'm just going to perfect that line because this one is thinner than this one. So I do have to thicken up the top a little bit. But just take your time, be very careful because this is where I can get too bold and dramatic. So I do have some little hairs up here. So kind of starting right here, I'm pushing those hairs down, and I'm just slowly and surely thickening up my brow. But I can still see that I do have brow hairs there. And then what I am doing as well is kind of rounding out the top part. So this is where I'm adding color where there's no hairs really. So I'm taking it here and just rounding it. So you don't want that kind of like harsh point. Mine kind of comes to a point. So I prefer it a little bit more round. So I do that from the top, as you can see, and then just keep brushing it out. So I'm pretty comfortable with this, but I am just gonna go in and perfect a little bit. So you can kind of see like, I feel like there's still some sparse areas right in here. In here needs a little love. And again, what I do in the front part is just do upward strokes like this. C'est ça. And again, curving that top part like so. And then filling in and always, always brushing through every single time. So that's looking pretty good. I'm going to do the other one and we are going to compare. So again, on this side, starting with the bottom, and we're going to just run that line, right? And then sweep up, like I said, little upward strokes. Brush that through so that the color all blends. And then just kind of, again, making sure that underline is nice and defined. Bringing the tail out just a little bit more. Okay, again, starting not right at the tip, but kind of quarter of the way in. Just filling in the sparse areas first before worrying about making them bigger or a different shape in any direction. Smoothing out, rounding out the top of that tail there where I don't have a lot of hairs. Brushing all through that, like so. Getting a little bit more product just to make it more defined in specific areas. And now here's what you're going to do is you need to make them even, kind of, sort of. So I hold the mirror right in front of my face, look at my face, and you can kind of see like, oh yeah, like this arch is just a little bit higher or lower, and you kind of just have to use your best judgment. But hopefully your wax lady or your threading lady or however you get your eyebrows done will be keeping them pretty even, so you don't have too much to do here. This brow gets done way quicker than the other brow. This tail's a little bit longer, so just kind of wiping that off like so. And that's really all I do. And then if you feel like you have a lot of sparse hairs, or maybe you just kind of messed up a little bit and you can see the color, because you never want to see the color really through your hairs. You want it all to blend. So if you're feeling like you made a little bit of mistakes, you can take a thick concealer like the MAC Studio Fix and a little concealer brush, and just take the tiniest little bit of that, and you can really refine the edge of your brow. And even like up here, I have some sparse hairs. I am trying to kind of grow them in, so I don't want to pluck them, but I don't necessarily want them to be seen. So you can kind of go like that. If you maybe didn't get a perfect straight line down here, you can add in some concealer. This covers all the stray hairs down there. And it also just really makes that pop. And that's kind of how you get that Instagram brow if you would like it. But yeah, so just adding a little bit of concealer to the tops and bottoms really just carves it out and makes them perfectly seamless. Voila! Now, you do not want to forget about the brow gel. I have two kinds. If your brows are very sparse, I know mine are pretty full to begin with, so if yours are very sparse, I suggest a tinted and volumizing brow gel. So this is the Glossier Boy Brow. It has this little spoolie in it. As you can see, it does have a tint, but this also is a volumizer, so it will kind of add fibers and fill in your brows a little bit more, which just helps them look really natural. I am in the shade brown in this. In the Benefit one, I'm the shade 3, which is a little bit lighter. This is a bit too brown. But yeah, just something like that that kind of volumizes your eyebrows, makes them look fuller naturally, and just kind of gives them color and gives them dimension. If, like me, you're feeling they're good, you're feeling they're like set, you can also go in with a clear brow gel, which just holds them in place. And how I like it is it actually like separates the brow hairs, gives them that fluffier look that's really on trend right now, and just really separates those hairs. So this is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I love this stuff. This sets them without making them look chunky or like crusty. My eyebrows are really long and they hang down, so I take this and I just start swiping up my eyebrows like so. So I start here, upward strokes, and then kind of once I'm at the tail, it's really just refining them. So like these little guys want to stick out. So I just kind of comb them down back here, and you can really manipulate them to go wherever you want. So if ones are sticking out, you can kind of swoop them down. If maybe, you know, there's some sparse areas, but some hairs are longer, you can kind of move them about to really just go into place. So that's why I love this one. Again, swiping up, not right or left, it's not Tinder. Swiping up, and then kind of back and over, and then these ones are kind of sticking out. So I really just take them along the top edge and smooth them down. And then you can really, if you're really particular, go in and just refine some individual hairs like so. And that is all I do for my brows. I think they look natural, but they're still like, it looks like you got them on. Like I do like the look of like a strong, bold brow. So this is just my personal preference. I do sometimes just use the Glossier Boy Brow for a really natural look, or a combination of this for like a medium natural look. But this is like my event, like I'm doing my makeup, like I want my brows to look on fleek. This is how I do it. These are the products that I use. So I hope you found this video helpful. If your eyebrows are like me, or if you've liked how I've done my eyebrows, then hopefully you like this video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!